Okay, so this is our focus group. The first question, we can kind of go either clockwise or counterclockwise. The first question is, what was your reason for joining the Youth Leadership Training Program, or YLT? What was your reason for joining the program, and what are your reasons for staying in the program? So, who wants to start?
I guess.
What's your name?
Oh,
Yeah.
Greg Goss, cohort 12, graduated 2017 from Waianae. I joined sometime. I started going to Waianae. I don't know, it's sort of a blur at this point. Like sometime 2016, sometimes 2017. I was pretty much just. I didn't really know what I was going to do after high school. I thought it was just. I didn't know how college worked. I thought it was just like you stop going to high school and just start going to college, like it's like other types of school. I really hadn't thought about it. So it just sort of seemed like a simple choice to go to Mao. It seemed like they would like streamline things sort of and like, you know, financial aid and stuff. And the reason I stayed is I just sort of found this program to be fair, basically. Nothing too big I ever felt was like too egregious about the program. Everything always, like I said, everything felt fair. Like if it was always on me most of the time how well I did. Like I never felt like someone else's like deal was put onto me. So.
Okay.
My name is Scott Carroll Jr. I'm cohort 11. I graduated from St. Francis School, class of 2016. And before this program, I was originally supposed to go to the military at UH Manoa, but then I got disqualified because of my allergies, and I wanted to do military because it was going to pay for my full tuition at Manoa, but that plan didn't work out. So at church, a couple of my friends told me about this farm and the opportunities it brings to college students, and I wanted to pay for my college. I didn't want my parents paying anything. What was the other question?
No, why'd you stay in?
Why I stay? Mostly, not just because I love the work, but mostly the people, like the support, home away from home, the family we built over here, and honestly, I have no regrets choosing this over Manoa. It's been the best 2 years of my life.
Can you repeat the first question?
Yeah, sure. Why did you join the Youth Leadership Training Program, and what have been your reasons for staying in it?
Okay, my name is Calvin Kehuna. I'm cohort 12.5. And my reason for joining was because I found out after my first semester, but my sister was here already, so I knew about this program for a long time, but I never thought about joining it. So when I did, I guess I enjoyed it.
And why'd you stay in it?
The reason why I stayed, because everyone is pretty cool, a lot of good vibes. Yeah.
What do you think you would have done instead?
I would have paid for college out of my pocket.
Doing what?
McDonald's, I guess.
Okay, that's good to know that. Yeah.
My name's Kenyon Peressa. I'm from cohort 10. I graduated from Waianae High School. My reason for coming into the program was because I wanted to work with my friends at SB. I ended up at a different site called Macau Studios, so I wasn't actually able to work with them. But the reason why I stayed was because I was still having like a fun time working at Macau Studios, learning how to do video production and stuff. And now I'm a higher up intern for like IoT, and now I'm working on the farm. I just said it. I was having fun.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
What do you think you would have done instead?
Well,
Or you ever think about it? Or
I didn't really have a plan for what I would have done. Like, I'm in school for computer science right now. I was thinking about being a chef. So like when I found out I couldn't get like a culinary degree in the program, I was like, oh, all right, I'll find out something to do later, and I did. So,
I'm Zariah Kedoho. I'm in cohort 12. I joined MAO because I found out through a friend. She knew that I was going on part-time paying for college, and I wanted to go to college, and the only opportunity was to join into MAO, so I did. I didn't kind of want to, but I ended up liking it throughout the days. I stayed because I made new friends in cohort 11, and I turned out to it. Yeah, I loved it.
what do you think you would have done instead if you hadn't done Mao?
I probably would have just worked, to be honest.
My name is Nana Pianeo, cohort 11.5. I had joined this program partially because my mother-in-law wanted me to at least try to find somewhere that I could make money while going to college. But I stayed more for the flexibility because I do have a son. It's kind of hard to balance in school and like if I did try to get a regular job, because not too many people really understand me about that kind of stuff. So it helps that with my whole life, I only work Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays. I kind of have like the time to help out with that room and take care of him.
And how old is he? Your son?
He's 2 years old right now, and he's gonna be 3 this year.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Onaga, part of cohort 11.5. Hi, Jacob. So, the reason why I joined the YLT is because I was originally at UH West Oahu in the SCFS program. It was my first semester there, and Kamuela Enos did a presentation on Ma'o and the internship of it, and it was really appealing to me, so I decided to come in and check it out. Even though I'm a unique situation where I'm not actually from the Waianae community, I actually drive out here for my field. I've been doing it for a year and a half. I got upgraded to being a high LT as well, just like Kenny. And the reason why I continue to stay because I just can't get away from these guys. These guys are like second family already at this point, and I feel like the program itself has so much potential to offer even more that I want to help build upon that after I graduate from West Oahu.
And for you, Chelsea, like, do you think, again, so if you hadn't done Mao, what do you think you would have done? Because you were already at UH West.
I was already at UH, so as far as financially, I was doing, just regular financial aid FAFSA. So at the end of this, I'm definitely gonna have to pay some loans once I graduate, but it won't be such a hard pill to swallow with the help through some of the tuition that did get covered through this internship.
My name is Kiana Chester. I am in cohort 12.5. So I originally joined the program because Kamuela Enos was at LCC where I used to work. I worked in the Hawaiian Center at the Capital City campus, and he came in one day and started asking like questions, trying to recruit people, and I told him that I was thinking about going into nutrition or dietetics, and he's like, oh my gosh, join the program. And I was like, nah, I don't really see myself working on a farm. So he tried for a couple semesters to recruit me, but my school schedule was kind of crazy. So after the spring semester, he recruited me, and then I was like, okay, I guess I can, because my schedule cleared up. And then when I came here, I was like, it wasn't what I expected it to be like. Yeah, but I stayed because because, yeah, like everyone else, I enjoyed it. Having company outside of school, yeah.
And so if you hadn't been part of it, you still would have been a dietetics major, you think, or
Yeah.
you are? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm actually a high LT as well.
Mhm. Okay, so now we're on to the second question. We'll switch it back over here. So the second question is more of a formative one, and again, keep in mind each of you will have an identification number. So in this case, it's not like your name or anything is being attached to it. So this is more about what would have made the youth leadership training program a better experience for you. There's probably several ways to think about this. I mean, if I were kind of sitting there, but one way to think about would be, is there something that you thought was going to happen that didn't happen, and you kind of still think maybe it should have happened, or is there something that really was that you kind of thought was missing, or would just make it better based on where you're at today that you wish you would have had later?
It's confidential.
Yeah, it is. No, it's absolutely confidential. So your name. So in this case, only myself and Jacob are seeing this. We'll have a transcript, but the transcript, that would be something that Kukui would see. But obviously, she's reading a transcript. It's not like we're saying so and so said this and. Yeah. So this is really this is more formative for the organization, and again, it can be anything from, I wish things were managed this way. I wish this program existed. I wish this was open to such and such a group, or whatever you want.
Could you state the question again?
Absolutely. What would have made the youth leadership training a better experience for you? So there's lots of ways you can interpret that. Again, there's no real way it has to be. It could either be something that you think the program should have had. It could be something even that you internally or personally maybe you feel, it could have been different.
We say we feel favoritism.
Whatever you want, and it can be something about either the program. It can be something about the group dynamic that was in the cohort. It really is, in some sense, it's kind of like a sounding board. Yeah.
Somebody had a question, like, you said, like, what if they don't really feel like they're anything that needs, or if they feel that everything's okay the way it is?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine too. I mean, yeah, if you're in that position where you think that, it's a legitimate. Yeah, okay.
Should I reiterate my name?
No need to now, no.
Okay. So I guess if I were to improve anything, it mostly has to do with the farm, because I've noticed things like communication and stuff. That's all fine, but it's just sort of the day-to-day stuff that I feel like could use some improvement. Breaks, I never felt were I don't like how standardized they are across all work types. Because if you're working inside, a 20-minute break is fine, but if you're outside, you've been weed eating all day, I think 20 minutes is not enough, Just my opinion. That's all.
Mind if I?
You what?
Wait, how much more questions are there?
There's only 2 more questions after this. Take your. Don't worry about time. I will manage this on time. So take as long as you want or as short as you
Can I
want.
just tell them something real quick?
Absolutely, yeah.
So whatever you guys are sharing, we all understand that it's confidential and it's not going to leave the same way out. So whatever anyone else is sharing, it should not be repeated or reiterated anyway. Okay? We're good on that? Okay, thank you.
And same with me. My relationship to Kukui is more of survey and data. And in this case, I'm more of the cameraman is all that my role really is here for this.
Can I get some water?
That's okay. I honestly got a lot to say, and I can't.
We can hit at the end. Yeah, absolutely. Go on.
I don't really think there's anything to be changed. I like the system. Yeah, bag organic.
So I guess I I guess one thing that I'll change is like have a more uniform system for like all the sites. So like how MS and SP run differently.
From you mean like the surf?
Oh, like the digital media side
Okay.
of the
Okay.
quality program. So I still think it's kind of weird how everything is run differently. There isn't much clarification on all three sides as like what everyone is doing. Like that was one of the things, like one of the big problems from like where I came from was give days. Like they didn't even know that give days were worked into the hours at Mount. So then my old boss would have to like find a way to have us do give days while having it still be a part of, while having it not be a part of the work schedule because give days are outside of the work schedule. So just more like clarification on those ends and then having it more like uniform would be good. Yeah.
I don't think for me nothing has to be changed. I think everything is fine the way it is. Well, it's quite well for me. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah.
Kind of believe they kind of need like almost like me, but I feel like they need to be a little more organized when it comes to certain things. Cause this year was a little different because there's more groups, so it was kind of confusing because usually aftermarket was chores, but when we came back, we found out that we weren't going to be chores until like next week. So like, I think it'd be easier if they kind of had everything organized and inform like all like the interns like that, you know, that they change the schedule or like they're changing around everything. Because it can get kind of confusing, especially for me, even though I've been here for a while. I got lost a lot because I didn't know like what we were doing each week.
I think where there could be improvements would be the development of management. To understand that these managers came from the background of the YLT, that kind of shortens their capabilities because they've only learned what they've been taught within this space. The other thing would be there should be more transparency with the work schedules and the timesheets for all interns to understand the breakdown of hours to the breakdown of their paychecks. And to have it crystal clear about explaining what a stipend is and how does it affect you when it comes to taxes and all that stuff. If they already know that we're in an internship where these guys are just introduced to being part of the working force, then I think they should be informed about those things as well. That's it.
For me, it's probably just stressing the importance of safety gear and what to do if like something happens. Safety.
Did something happen to you or first good issue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I burnt my eye. I didn't know that we were supposed to be wearing like safety glasses and stuff. So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Just stressing the importance of the safety gear. That's it.
Mind if I answer this question at the end of the other two songs?
Scott, just go.
You've got half.
Shitload, and I want you guys to go.
Compare.
Seriously, like at this point, we've got 10 minutes allotted, and we're only at minute 6. So you've got 4 minutes that you could.
I don't know.
You wasted
start talking. We'll figure it
I
out.
got a shitload, like honestly.
Go, man. Shit all over about this.
Can we just answer it after 3? I'll answer it after 3 and 4.
That's
Can we
fine.
just move on?
That's fine. That's
Thank
fine. I will happily do that. Okay. So question 3. And I'm going to read again question 3 and 4. That way it kind of gives you a way to, since they're somewhat similar yet dissimilar, it'll give you a way to kind of sort out the 2 questions. Again, question 3, the one that we'll be dealing with right now, is describing what this experience and the youth leadership training program has meant to you. So it could either be a story about, you know, how things have changed within yourself, within your household, within, you know, your network of friends, you know, just your general sense of life, how those things have changed as being a part of the program. Lots of different options. Question 4, again, somewhat similar yet dissimilar, is did the things that you actually learned here. So it could be either things that are related to growing, picking, distribution, digital media, right? It could be related to all those things. Did those things that you learned impact and influence other areas of your life, personally, professionally, and did it affect your professional plans? So the third question is a little bit more of like sense of being, things that happen in your household, community, friends. Question 4 is about the things that you specifically learned here. How did those things kind of impact your career plans, your future plans, and other things about your life? Okay, so question 3. Describe what MAO and the Youth Leadership Training Program has meant to you.
Well, for me, it's like made people outside my family, like, sort of like I feel like I'm important to my family and like how I'm networking. Because like I don't have my license yet, I have to like rely people on the farm. That's never really happened before. I have to like learn people's, like to get to know them some more. I have to sort of like build relationships and stuff like that. I also get asked by my parents like, well, how it's going on the farm, how like you know, what I can do to help them and stuff. And I guess what it's done for me in general is just sort of like increase my not really usefulness, more like social importance in my family. Because I was always kind of a shut-in before, but now I feel like I'm more a part of the network now, basically how I would put it.
Could you say like learning more kind of like, I hate to say like made you more extroverted, but maybe like more social skills or more, or things that you can talk about with them that maybe you didn't.
I think it like just made it, like this feels like a very natural place to like socialize, because you know it's a workplace. We're always talking about whether it be on the farm or like while we're working and stuff. So it just sort of seems natural to like open up to people more here.
And that carries over to when you're at home and
Yeah.
whatnot. Okay.
I say for me it means a lot to my family because like health-wise I wasn't always healthy neither with my family. But then like this past year I had to change that because my mom caught cancer and my dad has diabetes, and for that I had to like use Ma'o as a way like to help them eat healthy. Like my dad, I usually like make him kill smoothies, and like this past year he lost over like 40 pounds. So I was happy to like be on this healthy path to make him live long, and especially for my mom. Like she does a lot for the house, and like it was just her diet. That's what the doctors think that caused cancer in her. And I had to cook and like feed her and all that. And I like to use the soursop fruits over there because if you smash the insides, it helps with like get rid of cancer, and that's what we use in medicine to treat cancer.
Did you cook a lot before, or did you cook a lot before?
Yeah.
Before farm.
But then this past year I had to cook a lot.
But it changed the way you cook, I guess, or the ingredients you use.
Yeah, I use more healthier stuff now, more Ma'o ingredients.
I feel like Ma'o made me more social. Before I used to be kind of closed off, and a lot of people used to say that I was antisocial. the thumbs up on that.
I mean, there's always this difference between like someone saying that someone is shy versus being someone that's like reserved or kind of like thinking more internally rather than just voicing everything. I mean, do you think that that was kind of one of the ways like that, you know, that the farm you maybe felt less reserved or?
I just felt included in everything.
So for me, the Lati program as a whole, it basically taught me what it stood for, like training to be a leader. So like my first year, I was being taught how to do things around the office, how to do photography good, how to edit everything up to standard, up to what was asked of me, and then for the next 2.5 years, I was able to train the next 2 cohorts in the same production that I was taught in my own way, and so I thought that was neat from the program. And then I think when I became a HILT, it was more about training myself to be independent more and depend on smaller groups of people instead of like a bigger group to get the job done. So I felt really like the HILT allowed me to be a leader.
Did you know, I guess there's 2 ways to look at this. Did you know some of the skills like photography, like those skills beforehand, or did you learn those here? And then the other way would be, did you ever hold a leadership position before this, or was this kind of your first leadership?
So, back in SP, I was actually, so to be in the digital media side, you only had to spend 1 semester at SP. So I actually only spent a semester at SP. I didn't really know how to do most of the digital stuff. Like they had me do 1 photography assignment. They said it was really good, but after that I didn't really do any of the assignments because I kind of slacked off in high school. And so when it came time for me to go to MS, my boss asked me if I had any experience. I was like, oh yeah, I do. Because I thought it would be easy, but it wasn't that easy starting off. But now I feel like I'm well competent enough in like digital media production. Yeah.
And what about leadership? Like, was this kind of your first?
And leadership, yeah, I wasn't really that much of a
Yeah, absolutely. So this question is describing what Mao and the Youth Leadership Training Program means to you. So this could be, again, what it's meant for your family, your community, your network of friends, how it's changed you personally.
Honestly, without my own, I would have been my family always had like those since my siblings I moved out there to see. So it's kind of hard right now. So without my own, I would not been able to have a math because our stuff was really expensive, especially with school and everything. And yeah, so yeah, they were just a big help.
And do you think that financial stress was kind of a big defining feature of, you know, like the household before you joined, or? No? Okay.
I guess family-wise it helps because I have more free time to actually spend time with my son, and it also helps because like when families gotta go work, at least I'm home like on like the days that they gotta go. So it kind of helps like because it balances, I guess, everybody's life in a way. And then it kind of also opened me up more because other people around here actually try to make me see that it's okay to try to trust again. Because when I was in high school and I did become pregnant with my son, a lot of my friends kind of left me. So I kind of ended up losing a lot of people. So when I came here, I kind of wasn't very trusting with people. Like I wouldn't really do too much. But then people around me actually started making me feel like it's okay to try again. Like Chelsea.
Um, what did I gain from it on a personal level? It helped me understand the importance of community, understanding the importance of relationships with people, I guess like friendships or on a family level, and helped me understand the importance of connecting back to the Aina and how it can really change your perspective on life in general.
Okay, so mine was also like a social aspect. Like, before I joined the program, it was like all school, work, home, school, work, home, like repeat, repeat. No, like, really socialness. Yeah, but working here, I have friends, yeah, and the support is definitely there too. Like if they notice something's kind of off about you, they ask and they talk you through it, or yeah. And then also I'm working on a project with UH Manoa and Jabsum right now, so it opened like the molecular state of like nutrition to me, and that was something that I never really thought about. So who knows, maybe I would change my major to something a little more molecular after finishing this project. And then also, I feel seeing how organic farms work and how the food production is like done. It also gives me a higher aspect of like what is nutrition. Yeah.
So this, the fourth question then is more of, it can be personal, but it's also a little bit more, adding a little bit more professionally as well. So how the program has changed you personally and professionally, and more of a story of like, kind of what we talked about in the first question of this idea of not necessarily like dramatically changing your future trajectory, not like you're going to be a server and now you're going to be a politician or something. We're not talking about these huge things here, but it's really trying to capture, with the few short years that you've been in the program, how has it changed you personally and professionally, in the way in which it's changed your professional plans. So this would be a time where you could say, this is what my plans are now after graduation, or these are what my plans are now. This is how what I'm learning here is going to contribute to those. Again, you might find yourself repeating things that you just had said in question 3, but we'll leave that to kind of sort out again on our side.
So is it okay if Zarag goes first if she has to
Absolutely.
take the photo?
Absolutely.
Honestly, about my teaching, I wasn't a social person. I didn't want to be I was shy, and like the people that I met through this farm, like Chelsea, Eva, everybody, like the more I talked to them, the more I ended up talking to other people, and when interns came, I started talking to them more. And yeah, it was a huge change for me. I wasn't yeah.
Okay.
I guess what it's
We'll wait for the tractor to go by.
I guess what working at Milo's made me appreciate more professionally is like my own like time working, I guess, because I've been obviously sort of like similar to high school. I haven't really thought about what I'm going to be doing after besides keep going to college. But I definitely.
Are you going to stay here on the islands?
Huh?
Are you going to stay here on the islands?
Oh yeah, I'll be on the island for the foreseeable future, I guess. But I guess I'm like looking more while I'm at the farm. I'm thinking more like I said, like previous questions, like I'm sort of like trying to socialize more with like people for like whenever I need like a resume, I need like a person for like what's it called?
Like the references.
Yeah, reference. But I'm also thinking of like as far as myself as my own worker, sort of like why should I come into work today? Sort of thing. It's like because I have come into work every single day, it'll look good if somebody like asks me about it. Like, hey, I'm a guy who works. Like, I'll always show up. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like professionally, I appreciate my own work, and like I can like vouch for myself more having worked here.
Yeah.
I say one thing it changed for me was my major, because I wanted to be a computer engineer, but then like when I came here, it made me also want to work with like hands-on things. So put that both together. Environmental engineering was my major, and I guess you could say not more Mao changed me, but I changed for myself, because like, I think these past 2 years over here I learned a lot. When I was doing a step-up intern for the first time, there was only like 2 of us, so I spent hours like planting a whole field by myself, or like weed whacking all by myself, and a lot of meditation. You learn little things about yourself. Just think about your future, what you want to do, who you want to be. So that's what I want to do. I learned a lot about growing up.
I think Mao changed me a lot. I feel like I found myself being a better person. Where I can still see myself or find myself still acting like the person I was before. Although I've just been here for like a half a school semester, I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like I learned more people skills. Yeah. Kind of look at it.
The program changed me. I wouldn't necessarily say it changed me. I want to say it more like developed me into who I am today. Like, I still thought like it's a pretty much like the same person I was at high school. I just learned a lot more new skills along the way. So like, I learned a lot more communicational skills. Learned a lot more training new people to new ideas. About technical skills like photography, also just computers in general, and that's what also led me to what I want to major instead of something like creative media and West language. So it also developed my work ethic. Yeah, work ethic. It developed my work ethic because like I smile. I smile. I went to come up. And then so anyway, it helped I was able to develop my work ethic because like of all the 3 years that I've been here, like I'm the only girl my cohort left. So I wouldn't necessarily say I had a better work ethic than everyone, but certainly most people. Yeah. I can honestly say I'm Keomi's best worker in the last 2 years.
I guess how it helped improve myself in my life is that it kind of pushed me more to be organized, because when I first started, I kind of like was all over the place, and that wasn't really good, because when I found out the hard way that trying to like worry about one thing and not worry about the other is not good. Like, you gotta kind of balance like out, which took me a while to learn. But yeah, it helped me down the line. Because now I'm actually doing a lot better than I was this semester before. But yeah, that's about it.
Ma'o opened up possibilities for me in regards to my future after I obtained my degree. So their network is very wide range and can be very beneficial for all the interns that stick it through. So if I were to say, I would say if I wasn't here, then I wouldn't have known about different possibilities, and I wouldn't even consider trying for a master's degree. But now I really consider trying it for the urban regional planning at Manoa.
I learned a lot about like the importance of accountability. Like you're accountable for your hours that you miss, or like if you fail a class, they give you it back. So it just keeps you like very aware of like what you're doing and why you're doing it. And then same with everyone's social stuff. I wasn't really accustomed to working in groups, so helped me open up to people that I wouldn't, I was homeschooled, so
You were what?
I was homeschooled, so I wasn't really open to like talking to people, I guess, and I was really quiet, but it definitely, I feel like I'm more out of my shell now and that people know me a little better.
So this is not one of the 4 questions, but it's actually a pretty easy question to answer. It's related to kind of where you want to be geographically after here. So do you want to stay, either on the Waianae coast? Do you want to stay on the islands? Do you want to stay on Oahu? Kind of like where geographically you're kind of thinking about your future plans.
Well, I'm living on this side of the island is fine for right now. I really don't have any idea where I want to go next. I definitely want to go somewhere besides somewhere in the Pacific because I've been living in like the Pacific. I was living in Guam before this for like 10 plus maybe years. So I would definitely want to change the scenery someday. But
The Atlantic.
yeah. But for right now, I'm alright with just living in
Honestly, I would have no problem living on this side, but things can change if there's no job. My job is like on the other side of the island, because I want to work at the windmill farms at North Shore. They hire environmental engineers. So.
And with your parents' health, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that might kind of make you
Well,
want to be
not
closer.
really that. Just like in general, where my job is. Wherever the drive, because traffic's getting worse and more every year.
I think North Shore is a pretty place.
I seen that place on HGTV, but I mean, it's good.
Maybe the kind of
Actually, like a year ago, I was thinking really hard if I wanted to move to the mainland for no reason other than it's cold. So I just decided that I'll probably still stay on the island, probably in Copper, because I wouldn't mind like going into winery work or going into somewhere that way to work. Yeah, but like at least after the program, I'm probably still gonna be in winery to work.
I probably would go to is kind of getting really expensive down here, especially having a child. But after the program, it's still kind of a blur at the moment of what I'm wanting to do. Just because I wanted to go to college for environmental science, but it's kind of hard because UHS doesn't really provide that type of program. So I would have to travel to Manila, which would be a lot of experience.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
I think after leaving here, I'd probably travel a lot, just to gain more knowledge from other places and experiences. But once I feel established in whatever career I take, I feel like it's gonna be wrapped around sustainability, and I feel like I'm gonna come back to my life working and probably living out here.
I see myself working out here. I feel like health is a really important thing to stress on the west side, especially because there's the highest concentration of blind people on the island is on the west side. I would want to use my degree to help Native Hawaiians. And I guess going back to the last question, like I always knew that I was from Waianae. Like, I say, yeah, I'm from Waianae, but I never had that sense of community. Because I was homeschooled. But yeah, knowing that I like how to fit in or like get to know people from the community is gonna be very helpful, and I would like to give back to this community when I get my degree.
Okay, so that wraps up the 4 formal questions. So now we're at the point of returning back to question 2. No, I mean, like, what kind of, and again, everyone's got in the transcript, people are anonymous. What do you think? I mean, what do you think could make the program stronger? What would have made it a better experience for you? Again, it could either be things that within yourself you might not have been ready for the program, or you had different expectations, or it could be things that the program doing, like internally, what's not working, what could be made better, what things are being pursued. I don't object to it. So unless anyone else objects to it, that
That way you guys can all go and just rant out.
okay. So thank you, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay, let me reposition this. I'll make it more. Thank you, everybody.
See you later.
See you. Okay, so the question again is things that, again, that would have made the experience a better experience. Again, either things internally within you where you didn't feel you were ready or at that point to get the most out of the program, versus things within the program that could be made better, either programs that existed or other sorts of things.
Again, I've been in this program for the past 2 years, since the summer of 2016. 4 days after I graduated, I joined this program. From a distinct outside vision of advertisements, it seems like a good program. They pay for your college, they pay for your job, and they do all of that. But when it comes to, how should I say, like, learning the reality of the farm instead of like mindlessly just doing the instructions, you start to see how really, you could say, I wouldn't say like as much toxic well, a little bit discombobulated this place is. For example, my first school semester here, it was an okay semester, but like management wise and professional wise was honestly terrible. And it doesn't start with the interns or like the assistant managers, but the top people. And can I mention names?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It starts with Uncle Gary, Auntie Kukui, The Office, Kamu, and Sharice. I feel as though that most of the time they're taking all the credit. They're just boasting about themselves instead of like giving us credit. And when Kamu says like, "Oh, we're here to make college students," I don't believe that, because all the time they talk about their food sustainability program, the food sustainability degree people, the people who want to become farmers, the agricultural, environmental sciences guys, anything that has to do with land or working hands-on, they'll most likely advertise you instead of advertising a regular intern like me, engineering major, or like a nursing major or business major. They only want something that has to do with the farm. As far as that right now, they also have to change the way that how they treat their interns. For the past 13 years it's gonna make, the managers have never changed. Only the people have. And believe me, there have been many stories. Like usually the model stereotype, like if you work over here, half of your cohort or 70% of your cohort leaves by the end of first semester. And when people leave, it's sad. It breaks my heart. Like, and sometimes it's not their fault. Maybe school ain't for them. But then most of the time, it's because of the way of how they're being treated on the farm. Favoritism, and like one thing about Uncle Gary or Sharice or Hiva Antikukui, when they see someone they don't like, they'll literally mistreat you and like probably like give you write-ups or something, and like honestly they wouldn't give a shit if they would just want to kick you out, like right there. Like I had this past couple months ago, my friend Kamalani Popo, she was a high OT also. She came from the Sea Rider Digital side, and she joined Mao at the beginning of this past semester, January. Done so much for them. Banners, like flyers, posters. Like she would make like 3 banners in one day, and they would get underpaid. They wouldn't even get paid their 700, like 600, 500. Like I really don't know what's up with that. And like her and Kenny, who was just sitting right here, they were really like under like appreciated. Like they weren't like praised as much. It was more like Atikukui them just wanted them just for their benefits, you know. And I could already tell, like, cause Kamalani, she was getting frustrated. She couldn't like finish everything on time because it takes so much work. And Auntie Kukui doesn't know how to do it, so she doesn't understand. She just wants Kamalani to get it done, or like, or else I don't know what. So Kamalani put in her 2 weeks, which was she wanted to resign from here. A month, she put in her 2 weeks. Then she didn't get released until a month later because Auntie Kukui then wanted her to finish the projects and everything first, but Kamalani just wanted to leave. And when she was notified to leave, it was just like out of nowhere. Like she just sat down on a regular Monday. She was like, Auntie Kukui came in and said, "Hi, Kama." She was like 3 hours passed, and Auntie Kukui brought up, "Oh yeah, Kama, also your last day will be Wednesday." Like no notification, like no 2 weeks notice. Like you're just gonna let her go like that? That really pissed me off. Like I just hate to see how they mistreat a lot of the people over here. and they favoritism so much people. Now some of the people they favor, I get them, I get it. Like some of them are good workers, I understand. But when you just like push all the lights and cameras on them and leave us in the shadow when we do the exact same shit and come in at the same time, we do the exact same work, it makes us feel like crap. That's why, okay, it's recording all the names, yeah.
Yeah. But again, in this case, the transcriber will, I'll instruct him to just put like XXX. That way, again, I'll know the names. I mean, Jacob would know the names, but in anything that she sees, it'll kind of be X'd out, so you won't have to worry about that kind of thing.
An example like of my past cohort 10, cohort 9 friends that used to be here. Dason, Maele, Ku'u, Jordan, all good workers, all bust their ass and got very underpaid. Like Ku'u, for example, worked 40 to 50 hours and she only got paid $1,800 a month on the farm. And like when I was Sui, when she was working that time, I got paid more than her. So you kind of see something right there. Ku'u's from cohort 2. She's been working here a long time, and I'm getting paid more than her for only working half a semester. You know, it's just not right. And I'll say another thing, like how they make positions for people like Sui, Hayoti, co-manager, Ve'e, whatever's. It really is just like an adapt situation position. Not really like
It doesn't seem like a
set.
natural logic. Is that what you're saying? Does not a natural logic to the position, or
It's
just
like
kinda
if we
created?
have lower, okay, like when I first became Sui, which was last year, 2017 spring semester, only had 2 of us who could become Sui. So had me and this other girl named Bailey. We would work hours Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 3, 5 to 3, 5 to 5. But then they made Alakai daytime Sui that only had to come in 7 to 12, 7 to 12, 7 to 1, you know. And they still get paid the same amount that I do, but I do more freaking hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I get it, but that wasn't really right to me. That they get paid as much as I do when I work more hours and do more stuff for them. Oh, and especially what they're doing right now, the high OT position, they're letting Kiana Tech Tour, who has only been here half a semester now. She became a high OT and they're paying for her tuition. High OT, you only work 20 hours, get paid $700. They do not pay your tuition. So Kenny and Chelsea Kenny has been here for 3 years. Chelsea has been here for 1.5 years. And she became high OT this past semester and they don't want to pay for her tuition.
That's what she was saying about loans, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why she got paid loans, because Mama wouldn't pay her tuition. And like, aside from all of that, it reflects on the production on the farm. The production went
Yeah.
from my spring semester. Every day we made at least an average of $3,200 a day. This past year, average $1,600, $1,500.
You're talking about the output of the farm, right? Like the output of the farm, like the monetary value of the output.
Like
of the
how
farm.
we
Yeah,
have
the
orders.
whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we only put up 1,800, 1,600, maybe like the best we ever had was 2,000. It's just like they gotta change the way how they really like running things and treating the work. They thinking like, oh, it worked 13 years, you know, we're not gonna stop now. And they think all these old styles are working, but no, it's not. That's why I'm glad like we brought in Tori. Want me to introduce?
Yeah.
Tori.
Lynn, yeah.
Tori is a social, kind of like a social worker. She works with us, works with the education common, but she also has a master's in it, which also on the side note, she's getting underpaid too with a master's degree. And like that's why we brought her in, because we need like a younger mind to talk to the people. You think like a 80-year-old or 60-year-old person will know what a 20-year-old
Sure.
is going through, you know?
Yeah.
And no disrespect to the elders, but like today is different. There's like technology, there's all this other stuff.
Oh, the pressures, yeah.
Yeah, the pressure, peer pressure, man, it's real. And like that's why I bought Tori in. And you know, I feel bad that she's getting underpaid. I ain't gonna say who told me she's getting underpaid. But you know, one thing I love about her, she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart. She can go to town and get like a $4,000 a month job or any of that, but no, she still chooses to stay here, get paid the dirty money, and just help us because she loves us.
Right, right.
And yeah. But then there's one thing like Tori has to stop it, and that's kind of like over helping people. Like we had 2 workers, Yasir and Kaena. Yasir like was one of the favored ones, but he wasn't all brain smart in school. He had like a 0.8, and they still kept him on the farm. And like, and he only came work like what, once a week, never made up his hours. And I'm surprised, like for 4 or 5 months, he never got kicked out, and he kept his pattern up. And like after 5 months, he got kicked out.
Was he a,
He was a regular.
no, but was he like one that had like aspirations like working with the land, kind of, you know, as you were talking earlier, like those who work with the land, those who want to do agriculture,
Yeah.
are more favored?
He was one of them. Like, and he had a lot of potential, but then like, you know, life hit him and affected his work. He stopped going to school. He stopped going to his classes. It was sad. He was a really, really good worker.
But there's only so much Tori can do, I guess, right, in those kinds of cases.
Yeah, I mean, Tori can only do so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that. But when they give lenience to like that, there's got to be like a certain stopping point. Because the reason why they want to keep Yasir and Kaena, because they wanted them to be Suis over the summer. Like I'm kind of like trying to process that. They both like come once a week. They don't make up their hours. They freaking fucking up in their school. They got Fs. They got like below a 1.0 average, and you guys want them to be Suis? Like,
Because that's a pretty favored position.
it's a very, very favored position. And like, Tori doesn't call the shots. It's Uncle Gary them. Uncle Gary, like she talks to Uncle Gary them, and like Uncle Gary says, no, keep him lenience, keep like calling him, keep nagging him. Maybe he might change his mind, change their heart. 5 months later, nope. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
So, and that's why they're also losing money. Because they don't really look for people. They just be like, hey, you want to sign up, free college, you know, hand it out. You Tom, Dick, and Harry, you know, those kind.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like talking with these cohort 13 people, they're good people, but like almost half of them don't even know what they want to do. And like I've been through this with cohort 11, cohort 12. Half of them didn't know what they want to do. Half of them just joined because of friends. Half of them just joined just because their parents said, you know. I would say you get like a good like 4 or 5 people from each cohort every year, average, that actually want to do something, like myself. Like cohort 11, we had 19. Right now, we only have 2. Me and Nanez left. And like, I don't really understand like what's their thinking, what's their mind. I even talk to a special close friend on the farm, I'm not gonna mention. Tells me all the stories. Tells me like some of the meetings. Maybe a farm manager, maybe a co-manager, who knows. But this person I trust so much, and he or she tells me that the farm has a vision. Like, and I believe like that vision is clouding their minds. They're just so high up in the clouds with their vision. Like, we're gonna make the farm famous, we're gonna make the farm huge, when they can't even focus on the little things in order to achieve that stuff. Like, I don't even know how they're getting all the money to do stuff, and we're barely even surviving to make money right now, honestly. And like, they had to cut down. I'm also extra hours, even though I'm a Wild Tea intern. But they had to cut down on my extra hours because they don't have enough money. So like, I only get like, 6-7 extra hours a week. And because they said they barely have enough to pay the SUI and vet. And then like, I'm thinking about money, then all of a sudden in announcements, they say, oh, we're gonna buy more land. I'm like, how is more land gonna help? Like, first off, you're gonna have to reconstruct the land. You're gonna have to burn it with the gasoline. You have to pay for it. Buy more pipes. Like, reconstruct the irrigation. It will increase the water bill. They're not really thinking about like all this little stuff. They're just thinking
Budgeting.
Like, huh?
The budgeting.
Yeah, the budgeting. They really aren't thinking about the budgeting about it. And honestly, buying more land or any of that isn't gonna work if you don't fix in here the shed, the interns, this stuff. Then you guys can go outside. Because outside is fine, like everything. Well, a lot of stuff could be better, but it's mostly on the inside. The interns, their workers, how they're treating their workers. If they can treat their workers better, I guarantee this will be a very happy place, a very special place. I would love it so much more if they started doing that. So much. And like,
To me, I was surprised actually, not to interject or to add things, but when I heard that everyone gets the same breaks, whether you're inside or outside, and the same time, I mean that seemed actually a pretty legitimate, kind of critique, right? I mean, if you're outside in the fields, it's got to be a lot harder than.
And like you're in the shed 20 minutes, but outside the field, and like we usually have to run back because when they say break time, our break time starts now, not when we walk over here. It's when we start from over there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like bullshit, to be honest. It really is bullshit.
Yeah.
So I have a couple more things.
No,
Sorry.
absolutely. Take your time, man.
Sorry.
I'm not in a rush.
No, I don't want you to be late or anything.
No.
Say, also, the taxes part. That's one thing they gotta understand. These kids are like, most of these kids are not familiar with the workforce. They're coming here because they don't have a way to pay for college and they don't have a job. And like, one thing about them, they don't take out taxes and I'm surprised,
Yeah.
They don't take out taxes. Like, and people, and like, they think, oh yeah, don't take out taxes, that's fine. Until when you get tax returns, you gotta pay up. Like for me, my spring semester, I had to pay $1,192 at the end when they gave me their stuff. And like luckily, I saved a lot of money. I always save. Also work a second job on Ka'ala on the side of the farm.
You think that's typical among members of the cohort that they also work a second job as well? Which is unusual. Okay.
Just me. Not that much people work second job with me.
But it sounds like if you hadn't had that job, you wouldn't have been able to pay the tax bill. Probably.
Oh no, I would have been able to because I save a lot.
Okay.
I save usually 80% of my check.
But other people probably that you've talked to
Usually
have that worry in April of like, how do I pay my big tax bill? That's,
yeah. And like some people they have their own taxes. They don't know how to work it and some stuff. So that bothers me and worries me. Some people is under their family, but mostly everybody's independent. So like we're under our own tax.
Because right, everyone's like 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. And like people try to work a second job, but honestly, like most of the people I knew work second job quit because like coming over here wasn't worth like a month, waiting a month for just $500, where they could be making more. Like an average hour for a regular intern is like $7.14 an hour.
Below minimum wage.
Yeah. Huh?
Below minimum wage.
Yeah, below minimum wage, where like Sack and Save is like $12.95. McDonald's a little bit more than that, you know. And I have no problem. You gotta do what you gotta do. But like me, it really, honestly, like, no offense to you, Uncle Gary, Auntie Kukui, and Sharice. I love you guys, but it breaks my heart that I've been here these past 2 years and I still feel underappreciated by you guys. Like the only ones who make me feel appreciated is like some of the friends over here, Parker, Cheyenne, Tiele, Taylor, the other co-managers. Like, you know, it really hurts, man. Like for me to say all this shit. And I'm saying it not cause I hate you guys or any of that, cause I care and really I want this farm to succeed. I want you guys to not lose your job. This is you guys like life, you know. Sharice, you got this is like your full-time job. Uncle Gary, this is like your dream. Achikokui, this your family business, man. You know. I can't imagine like what if this farm shuts down? Where would you guys go? You know. This is your life, like. Why can you throw it all away? And like, I hope you guys really open up your mind and heart. Not just for me, just speaking for myself, but for all the other people who left. All the people who actually loved it here. All those past co-managers, all those past high OT that I worked with, I learned from, that all quit. And they say, hate the farm, love the farm. I don't want that to happen to like Nanil or any of the vet end or anybody else. I want them to say like, no, I love my own farms, and like 10 years later, I see them as managers of this farm. You know, the next years. And like, in order for all that to happen, you guys really, really gotta open your hearts. Stop like living in the past or whatever's, doing your own ways, and listen to the younger generation and the new ways that can make this farm a better place, you know. And I guarantee it will be so much brighter on this farm. Because right now I see the same pattern. Like for my cohort, how everybody quit. Then we get cohort 12, 70, 80% of them quit. Now we get cohort 13, 30 something people. And a lot of them are good people. I see good hearts in them, good workers. Like they actually want to be here. And you would hate to be the reason why they don't want to be here or quit. And I hate to see when I come back from Christmas, like to just volunteer on the farm from UH Manoa, see like half or maybe like 10 interns from cohort 13. You know? So I guess my last word of advice for you guys, just really listen to us. When we say something, don't ignore it, take action. Really, really take action into it. Because we love and care about the farm as much as you guys. You know? And I love the farm, honestly do. Despite all the stupid shit that's been happening, despite like that bickerments I had with you guys, I love it. I really do. I'm gonna miss it. And by the way, this is my last summer over here. I finished my 2 years. I graduated with my AA in liberal arts, and I'm going to UH.
From LCC?
Yeah, from Leeward Community College. So I'm going to University Oyat Manoa for environmental engineering, and I'm dorming over there. You know?
Yeah.
And I thank you guys, you know, for this path, you know. Despite everything, you guys still were a part of my life. You guys still got me to where I am right now. So I hope for the best and wish you guys the best.